Okay, so at this point, I would like to bring up to the stage our keynote speaker this morning. Again, she is a talent optimization expert, Amy Cappellanti-Wolf. She is a Senior Vice President and Chief Human Resource Officer at Symantec, and she specializes in organizational design and development leadership, which for simple guys like me, that means help businesses thrive during deep transformation. Please help me welcome to the stage, Amy.
Well, good morning, early risers. I flew in from California last night, and so it's early for me, but it was even earlier for you, and I got up this morning and saw you all down here having breakfast. So thanks for making the time today. I know this is a really critical juncture for you all and why you all are talking about talent management, and I want to try and demystify it for you, because there's some really basic ways to think about talent management, much like you guys think about your jobs every day and how you run your businesses. As you run your business, you think about who's my customer? What's my value proposition? What's the solution that I'm providing that differentiates me against the competition? How do I retain my customers? How do I upsell my customers? How do I keep them engaged and coming back for more? That same relationship you have with your customers, you want to have with your employees. It's the same type of questions, the same type of programs, the same types of pull and push that you have with your customers, you want to have with your employees. So today's discussion is going to kind of walk you through the tenets of how to think about that and break it down into what I think are simple parts and parcels, because it can be pretty overwhelming when you think about it. So let's first start with, what is integrated talent management? I know it sounds super sexy, integrated talent management. What exactly is it? So first of all, you got to make certain you have a clear business proposition. What is it you're trying to do from your strategy? Are you about growing rapidly? Are you about managing your margins? Are you about keeping what you've got and just expanding on your cross-sells? What is your overall business strategy? What markets are you entering? What's really critical for you? And from that, you begin thinking about, what's the kind of workforce I need? Where am I locating that workforce? Where can I best find that talent? Then you work your way into all the things that go along with the capability that I'm looking for in terms of key skills. Do I want hunters? Do I want fishers? Do I want people who are really good at sales enablement? Do I want folks that are financially astute to help us go into new markets? So begin thinking about key capabilities and skills. Then you work your way down towards what types of development do you have in the organization? How do you keep refreshing those skill sets? How do you ensure that you've got a place that people are going to continue to grow and contribute? And along that stuff, you've got talent acquisition, which has got to be really connected to the business. They can't be a bunch of recruiters on the side. They have to be deeply ingrained in what's happening in the business. And then what you also have are the ways by which you reward, incent, and ensure people are competitive to the market. So all that kind of goes together around a whole talent management system. So what's really, really important right now is that you have a strong brand by how you attract people, and you've got a way by which to build relationships out in the market. Because very often recruiters, at least where I tend to work in, tend to just go to active candidates that are out searching. And you want to try and build relationships with passive candidates, because very often passive candidates are the one that maybe aren't looking but have a particular skill you want to go after. You want to also think about organizational and individual development. And this is around, what do I need to build in the organization in terms of key skills, and then what I need to do individually. And as many of you have probably been reading in the digital age, about 41% of the work that we do today will no longer be around 10 years from now. So how do you ensure you're staying ahead of the curve in terms of technology, making certain that you are refreshing your organization and what you need to do in that organization to be successful? What we're seeing now in the industry is the notion that to drive sustainable performance, you really have to have constant conversations. And it's not just about talking about what you didn't do well, but it's really getting clear about what you have to do in your job every day, how you have that constant conversation around how you're showing up, how you're performing, and how you iterate your goals as the business changes on a daily, monthly, quarterly, yearly basis. People want feedback, and I think feedback is easier to give when you get it more often, and it's easier to give when you give it more often. So that constant ongoing conversation is really critical for employees to feel like they're connected to what's happening in the business. It also helps you identify critical talent needs. So if you're having that constant conversation, you'll know if you're on track for a particular project. You'll know if that person's engaged or on it or not, and it will allow you to start to do some succession planning if indeed you feel like someone maybe is not in the right role, or they're not maybe the person that you need to really, for long term for that business. So it's a constant conversation around performance. How do you keep people interested as you build that future pipeline? So a couple of ways. One is I'm always a big believer, and I think I mentioned in my discussion, is that we bring people in for like a reception from 5 to 7. We did one recently with our early in career employee resource group I'm the executive sponsor of. So we invited a bunch of people through LinkedIn, friends, family, whatever, across the bay where we live, and had them come in and do 2 hours where I had a board member come in and talk about early in career journeys as a board member, what to think about, how to think about moving in your career. We had breakout sessions on everything from financial wellness to health and mindfulness to how to navigate your career, how to market yourself. And it was, cost us like maybe $1,000, $2,000 for tchotchkes and some Chipotle, because everyone loves Chipotle. And they had 2 hours to really learn, get immersed, and meet people. And I had recruiters around. And the recruiters happened to sit at some of the tables and talk about Symantec a bit and provide business cards. So what we do is we try and create those kind of lunch and learns or evening events or whatever that are more around learn about a particular skill set, but oh, by the way, come learn about our company, come on our campus, find that we're really interesting people. So I think about it that way, is how do you create those types of coffee dates, learning symposiums, bringing people together, talk about a particular, like bringing an outside speaker and investing in the chance to have people learn about a particular skill set. That's how you create that ongoing relationship.